This one's called Screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is called Screen Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Put this down at the bottom down there.
Right.
Okay.
I got you.
And then I need guessing screen, which I got that here.
Mm-hmm.
In order to do that,
Right.
I go on here. Just look here, Joe Swag. Now let's undo this here. Unlock this here. And I'm gonna make this. I think I'll make this. Let's see. I don't want this particular camera. I want a different camera.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's the guest cam right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then all my comments are gonna come over here.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you guys, you getting ready to do it now, or are you doing
No,
it
we're live right now.
You are?
If you go to Facebook, you have a Facebook on your phone?
Yeah.
Go to Facebook, go to Jackson's Video Live, and see what you see, and see what it looks like. Because we're just doing a technical. We won't say this or anything, but I gotta get. There's Mathew Hogan.
Yeah, that's right. I'm part of the Jackson family. 45 years.
That's it.
Been knowing this, this young man
Yeah.
ever since he was a
What's
little
that?
boy. I watch him grow up.
And here's. Yeah, you got that?
I've liked it.
Oh no, here I'll show you like
Is that
this.
what I do?
See, we're live right here. See, right here.
Well, it'll notify me. It should
You
be in
can
my-
turn on notification here.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. That.
Okay.
And
Okay. So I got me an email.
oh, huh?
I got
You
me
do?
an email.
You're alive, so anything you say comes on. You come on Facebook, so be careful. You got-
Tyron.
huh?
Tyron.
Tyron.
The number 4.
No, Tyron number 4.
Tyron.
4 cars.
4 cars.
At Gmail?
At Gmail.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I couldn't
Tyron.
believe it was available.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Watch what you say.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you got it.
This is the live version of Mathew Hogan.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I've been knowing this kid ever since he was a little boy. I grew up, I watched him grow and be a successful, fine young man. Mom and dad
man.
both.
Thank you, man. All right, and so we're waiting for some comments over here because as soon as I get. All right, Kimberly Petrick says, "Happy Friday." Hi, Kimberly.
It's my birthday today. I'm 72 years old.
Today?
Sunday,
Oh, really?
28.
Really?
I'll
Okay.
be 72.
All right.
August 28, 1950.
Happy birthday.
Still moving, baby.
You look like you're
Yeah.
Dude,
You
what,
got to
50?
keep that train moving, man.
52. You look 52.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You got to keep that train moving. You can't stop that train.
Let me go. Now I need to go.
Once you stop that train, you're in the world of trouble.
Screen. I need to build a button for screen. Let's change this off this car so people don't get bored. Let's see here. Bam. I think we sold that car right there.
That's a bad baby there.
We need to get. I'm gonna show your vet off too. I gotta get download some pictures out there. The 20.
I got the Gladiator.
Oh, you got the Gladiator today?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Let's see. No, they only got the 3 here. This car's still for sale. 2020 model.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Alright, studio cam.
Yeah, I bought the Gladiator today.
Kimberly says you need a Minnesota Viking jersey on. See the comments right there? You can respond to anybody in the comments. See that over there?
Yeah. Tell her All right, now Minnesota Vikings. That ain't my team. That was the Cowboys.
Well, she's from she's Kent's family. She's from Minnesota, so
Yeah. Hey, them Vikings telling them Vikings ain't gonna do nothing anyway. They're not gonna do nothing anyway. So we're gonna beat them.
Who's gonna be the quarterback for the Cowboys this year? I mean, we know it's Dak Prescott, but how's Dak Prescott gonna do? I mean,
That's right. He's gonna do pretty good though. I think he's gonna do good. Cause we got that receiver, that guy and everything that he take the receiver and everything last week and everything. He did a good job. That kid. I think they got him USFL,
Right.
and he got that ball to kick off, and he went just like a jet, He just boom, 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 gone, touchdown. And then he got it again, and the same thing happened again. Boom, boom,
Right.
boom, boom, touchdown.
Preseason?
So yeah, so they play tonight at 7:00. So I hope and everything that when we play the Buccaneers, that kid and everything do the same thing that he did on preseason. I'll find out tonight what he gonna do tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But see, in the real deal, and when the big boys come out there and everything, when the big boys come out there, it's gonna be a whole different story though. That kid, these guys and everything trying to work out for the, get on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the deal. If he can do that and everything, we can play them big boys out there September 11th and do the same thing he did before, man, I think we're gonna go somewhere. Now the thing is and everything, that old big boy's been out there for so long, they might hurt him.
Yeah.
So they're gonna try to knock him out. So he did in preseason, but coming to the real deal, them boys out there for blood, so.
do you get into the fantasy football at all?
No, I don't get in fantasy football.
Yeah.
I just like to watch Dallas and everything. Like to watch them and everything. So, I'm talking about fantasy football and everything. People like it. Some people do. Some people don't. I like to keep my money in my pocket.
Right.
Not give it to the rich folks in the fantasy football. Well, everybody got their own thing, so everybody different stroke
Right.
for different folks.
Right.
I'm a different man, from everybody else. So,
You guys will have to bear with us here. Matthew's helping me set up Joe Live back up. It's his first time on the podcast. Matthew,
yes, sir.
now you're still employed, aren't you, Matthew?
Oh yeah.
You're 72 years old.
72 years old.
Go to work every day.
Sunday
What's
through
the,
Thursday, all Friday and Saturday.
What's the key to longevity? What's the key? What's the secret?
Well,
What's
the most
secret? 'Cause
important-
You look like you look like you're 52 years old. Seriously, I hope to
Thank
be 72 someday, and if I do, I want to be in your shape. What's the secret?
But the secret is you got to keep on moving. It's just like a train, a car. You stop the car and everything, let it set for 2 or 3 months. You go back in and guess what happened? The battery down, dead. That's what happened in life and everything. That when you stop moving in life and sit down and go home and sit down and watch football, sit down and do nothing, you're dead. It's like a dead battery. So you got to keep moving. I say it on TV and everything about this man and everything, that he's 106 years old. And he said and everything, they said, well, sir, what keep you moving? What keep you going? And they told him, and he said, well, I tell you what. He said, I got my farm out there, a good little farm. He does the farming. And he said, well, I got people come over and everything and do my farming for me. And he said that most important thing to him at 106 years old, to keep moving. And that's what it's all about. You got to keep moving. If you sit down,
Right.
it's like a dead battery in a car.
I mean,
It's like a dead battery in a car. You sit
Sean.
down and everything, and you're dead.
Sean, I hope you're paying attention out there, buddy.
But Sean and everything, I already talked to him what he gonna do. He gonna work the rest of his life. When he gets 70 years old, he gonna draw that big old Social Security set.
What about how about enjoying your job? Is that something that's important?
Oh yes, it's very important.
'Cause I mean, you don't wanna go to work to,
The most important thing here is that you can, and if you enjoy what you're doing, it's very good for you. If you enjoy what you're doing,
Yeah.
you got to enjoy what you're doing.
Yep.
And if you enjoy what you hate going to work or you hate getting up going to work, then once you get there, your whole day messed up from the beginning. From the beginning, your whole day messed up. So
And
you know, your whole day is messed up because the first thing you do in the morning, you get up and everything, you say, well, I don't feel like going in here and everything. I hate my job. Well, boom, right there, your day gonna be messed up already. Before you even get there and punch your clock, your day's gonna be messed up. So the thing is, damn thing, if you enjoy what you're doing, you enjoy your job, enjoy what you're doing, you know, that's good. You know, I enjoy what I work for Ditch Witch, and it's been 22 years at Ditch Witch, you know, in Perry, Oklahoma. And I enjoy going to work. In the evening time, I can go to work get there at 8 o'clock, 8 to 4. I enjoy getting off 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, going home and everything, you know, and washing both of my Jeeps,
I think
you know.
a lot of it is, what about the people you work with? You know?
Yeah, you got to like the people that you work with. You know, I know some people and everything would, you know, get on your nerves, you know, but, you know, some people, you just never know what people's, when they come to work, what people's and everything is of what they're going through. They could be going through a hard time. They could be going through something happening in the family, or the boyfriend, or girlfriend, or husband, wife. They might have some, you know, marriage problems.
Right.
But you just got to be very, very, you know, you just can't jump on them and everything, jump on them. They say, hey, how your day going? How's everything going? And everything, you know. And if they want to tell you, they tell you. If they don't, they don't. You know what I mean? Because you just never know what people's going through. You know, you take a person that's quiet and don't say nothing, you just don't jump on him and everything and scream and holler at him, because he can turn out to be a crazy maniac. You never know what's going through his body or his mind. You know, so you just got to be patient with peoples, be nice to peoples, be kind to peoples. We need to love everybody.
Right.
You know, all this
Amen.
crap going on and everything, you know, about hate this or hate that, you know. You know, it doesn't make no sense. God didn't put us on this earth to hate each other.
Amen.
He put it on this earth and everything to love each other. Doesn't matter what color you are. You know, my wife was a beautiful white woman. We've been married 45 years, you know, and, you know, she passed away and everything about 15 years ago, you know, and, you know, I'm talking about color don't mean nothing. It's called how you treat a person. You know, you can treat a person, I'm talking about, you can walk the streets and everything, and you don't scream and holler at people. No matter what color you are, you got to treat people the way you want to be treated.
Right
That's
on.
what it's all about.
Right on.
You know what I mean? You know, the way you want to be treated. Hello, how you doing? You know, open the door for people. You know, the older folks and everything. Open the door for them.
Right.
They look at you and everything. If you're Afro-American, they look at you when you open the door for them and everything, like they think, oh my God, you know, this guy getting ready to rob me or something. You know what I mean? But you know,
Now you've seen cultural differences for 72 years. Has anything has that type of situation improved over your life, or are people more prejudiced? Are they better, or is it what's your take on that?
well, I was coming up and everything. You know, I born in 1950, but born and raised in Alabama, and Alabama was different back in the 50s. You know, you had your racists there and everything. You know, blacks couldn't go in the front door. You know, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. That was back then. You know, you couldn't go in a restaurant. You know, your front door, you had to go around the back door. You couldn't go in the white restroom. You had to go around. You couldn't even go in at all. If you want to go do your thing, you had to go somewhere else to finally do your thing.
How old were you when
You know.
do you remember that stuff? I mean,
Yeah, I
were you
remember
young?
that. Yeah, I mean, I was 7 years old. 7 years old. Yeah. You know, but the thing is here that the generation now is a whole different generation now since when I was coming up. Because I didn't worry about races and prejudice and stuff like that. Thing was going on in Alabama and I didn't even know anything about. Because the thing is, I was out there working every day. You know what I mean? I was out in the cotton field picking cotton. So it wasn't a little kid, 7 years old, out there picking cotton with the mom and everything, trying to survive. But the thing is here and everything that I didn't, you know, I didn't even think about race and stuff like that. I didn't even know anything what race was down in Alabama. I didn't even know anything was Selma, Alabama, when the race was going on down there in Selma, Alabama. And I remember a time when I left there a long time ago, and I was a kid. I joined Job Corps and went there and everything.
1080p.
You know.
Sorry, hold on a second, Matthew.
And
Hold on a second, Matthew. It's a 1080p.
It's like Sony or
No, it's just it's Logitech. It's just a little simple one right there. It's, yeah, it's at Walmart.
yeah, I guess they put them up because people were stealing.
Oh, really? I got one last night. It was sitting there. It's a little. It's a webcam.
Okay, webcam, Logitech.
1080p Logitech webcam. It's in a little black and turquoise box. No, you didn't, man. It's all good. We're good. We're good.
You're good. You're good.
We're just testing out the technology here and trying to get. I have the esteemed guest Mathew Hogan.
Yeah.
He's been a friend of our family for, I don't know, gosh, man, but since I was a little kid. You were
Absolutely.
around
Yeah,
before since I
over
was
40,
around.
over 45 years or longer. You know, I know the dad and mom ever since he was a little boy. You know,
So,
they work hard. They work hard to get where they are today. That's why I said a lot of people don't get it. Hard work pays off. You know, it always pays off. People don't understand that. Hard work pays off. You get a bit of money, I don't want to go to work today. Well, you're not going to be successful in life. You're not going to get nothing in life because nobody's going to give you anything. Mm-hmm. You got to go out there and then work for it. Mm-hmm. Got to work your butt off and everything. You know, that's why the Jacksons here and everything where they is today, his dad and mom, they worked their butt off to get where they is today.
That is no lie.
If they said, well, I ain't going to go to work today. Well, guess what? You wouldn't have the Jacksons of Enid.
My father has worked. He worked. Gosh, 10 times harder than I'll ever.
Oh
work,
yeah, I know he did.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
I've worked pretty hard for the
Yeah,
last.
yes, that's true. Yeah,
basically 28
absolutely.
years here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's worked twice
Yeah.
as hard as I have, and
Yeah.
he's created the opportunities that we have. And I you talk about loving what you do. I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's what's
it's,
important.
You know.
You know.
I think it's every day I get to meet people like you and
Yeah.
and basically all my customers are my friends. You know.
Yeah. If you like what you're doing, it ease on you. But if you get up, if you say, well, I hate this and I hate this job, this, that, well, guess what? Your day already spoiled already. It's already gone.
Let me
Because,
let's get some feedback from some of our viewers. Can you guys hear the audio okay? I've been working on the microphones. Can you hear Matthew's audio? That's kind of the question. Is it coming through is clear? So if you can put in the comment section there, just kind of let us know if you would. Get a little feedback. How was the fish and chips?
Very good. Very good. Wasn't enough, though. Ain't never enough fish and chips. I'm a fish and chip crazy man. I like fish.
I do too.
I love fish. I'm talking about, like I said and everything, I'm talking about fish is, I eat fish all day long. You know what I mean? So,
Let's practice going
yeah.
through
It's pretty good fish, though. I'm talking about nice and soft and tender. It's
the
good.
Arby's.
It's good.
Arby's.
You know,
What was it
yeah,
from?
Arby's. Yeah. That's
Have you-
that guy over there and everything said, well, we got to meet. That's at Harvey's, the guy, that
Have
Afro-American
you,
man.
Have you been to Sam's Wholesale, the Louisiana Fishery yet? The down here by the used to be the old Wendy's. Mm-hmm. You been down there yet?
No, I haven't been down there yet.
Yeah, they sell seafood like that, Louisiana seafood. Mm-hmm. I haven't been there. I want to try that.
All I eat is seafood as fish. That's all I eat. The rest is shrimp and all that other stuff. Back in Maryland, that's what all I do, cook seafood. You know, lobster tails, steak and lobster, shrimp, crabs, all that stuff back in the East Coast.
I love
You know.
Cajun food.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about, you know, I like ribs, you know, barbecue ribs.
I can smoke some ribs.
You know, yeah, that's my favorite. Ribs and everything. Give me some little brisket, barbecue brisket. That's good stuff, man. That stuff keeps
I
that.
actually just mastered the brisket.
Oh man.
I've ruined a lot of brisket. I've ruined a ton of brisket, but I realized that when I got the meat probe, the meat thermometer, that's when I realized if you don't have one of those, you're spinning your wheels.
Oh man, yeah. The brisket, that brisket is good stuff, man. You had to cook it 8, 9, 10, 15 hours. All you gotta do it, and you don't need no knife. All you gotta do it and everything, get your hand eat it. Hit your hand, that's all you gotta do. You don't need no knife to cut no brisket if you cook it for 15 hours. You don't want to burn it up though, but you know, you want the thing is tender so you can eat it.
Right.
You know.
Okay, now what I'm gonna try to do here. Here's our screenshot here. Okay. I appreciate you helping me, Matthew, with the studio. We've been down for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, these are vehicles that are available right now at Jackson's at Enid. If you go to jacksonsautofamily.com, you can see our Chevy Buick GMC stores inventory as well. Mm-hmm. This vehicle is sold. That's a Destroyer Gray. I'll get some more product on here. Hey, Travis, come on in, Travis Pace. Travis, yeah, you want to be live real quick? All right, have a seat there and pull the microphone up there.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to a special individual. Put your headphones on there, Trav. This is our guest cam. This is Director of Fleet Operations for the Jackson's Auto family, Travis Pace.
Hello.
Travis, tell us about yourself. How long you been with the Jackson's Auto family? Where'd you come from? Stuff like that.
I started, what was it?
Bring that mic, put that mic a little bit towards you, down a little bit out of your face. I'm gonna get you a monitor so you can see.
Gotcha. This is
That's
my
very
first podcast, so
All right, there you go.
I'm gonna be a little awkward about it. I started February 1st of 2019.
Right on.
So it was basically like 3 months after they got the Chevy store. I came in and helped your brother get everything set up on that, and then transitioned over to handling the fleet stuff and had an opportunity to grow it, and I'm going to seize any opportunity I have to grow and take care of clients.
What I've noticed is your knowledge of product knowledge. How are you so astute in?
Well,
I mean, if I have a question, I just call you. How do you? Are you got like some? Are you a savant, man? You got like memory in your brain is amazing.
well, I do have a really good memory. I've been blessed to have a good memory, but kind of the chip on my shoulder that got to where I wanted to be good at product knowledge is when I worked at Bob Howard. I had a customer come in that wanted to buy a Corvette, which Corvettes at the time and still are, when you're a salesperson, they have really good commissions on them. So I was like, man, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be a, high three-figure, low four-figure commission on this. And I was really excited about it. And the manager's like, hey, not trying to step on your toes, but I really want Peyton to handle this because he has better product knowledge, which Peyton is now the sales manager at Bob Howard, great guy. And so I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder about that. I was like, no, I want to be able to take care of the customers. I want to be able to make good money. And so I challenged myself to learn more about the product than he knew, and he set the bar extremely high. So it was kind of a competition between me and him to get better product knowledge because I wanted to sell Corvettes. And then started...
You sold me a Corvette.
I did, yeah, C8.
Matthew's got a C8.
Yeah.
Matthew's got the OG C8. The original OG.
Here's one thing I love about the C8 Corvettes. So you can actually change by the color, contrast, and everything on it. It changes the way the car looks. Like Matthew, he's got an orange one. It looks really like out there and looks like an exotic car. Yours is black with the brown interior. I think both of you guys have the same color interior, but
peanut butter.
The peanut butter, yeah. But what I like about it is the fact that yours looks like an older European style, like really just like a timeless, classy vehicle in my opinion. And his looks faster. No joke. His looks like it's running 150 standing still.
But he is running 150 standing still all the time.
I tell you what. I have did it though, but I gotta watch out for HP Highway Patrol.
You took me for a ride. Now,
yeah, well, here's the deal. I took my man for a ride and everything, and hell, he went out and everything and bought him one. You know. But mine was the first one came in Eden, Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
It took me about a year to get mine, over a year to get mine and everything, because I ordered the first time that they introduced it to the world. I ordered it, and the first time they introduced it, they said, well, okay, we're going to put them on, if you got to have $5,000 before you even everything, they even put you on the list.
Did you pay, this is no one's business, but we are live on Facebook. Were you able to pay MSRP for that, or did you have to pay over MSRP?
Well, I paid and everything close about almost $100,000 for mine.
But do you know if it was over sticker price or not? Because see, nowadays you can't even touch one for,
yeah,
10, 20 grand over sticker at least, probably.
But
this is crazy.
I got mine when it first came out. Now the value of it and everything, the really value of the vesting going up now and everything. Mine is the 2020, the first one that came out in Eden, Oklahoma. He came here in Oklahoma and everything. Mm-hmm. So I ordered mine the first time I ordered mine. I ordered it, and it took about a year to get here. The first thing happened and everything, the pandemic came, and then after that they went on strike. And then I take that back. They went on strike first for General Motors, and then after that, then they left from there and everything. Then the pandemic came, and then they had to shut down to make respirators. So then once they did that, then
For the government?
yeah, the government did. Then they started making respirators. So then after they did that, then they started. Well, here it is September. So hey, we're gonna have to start building 2021s because it's close to September. So what they did, they cut them off at 15,000 for the whole world. Mm-hmm. Then they started building 2021s.
You got lucky, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How many miles you got on yours?
3,000. Mm-hmm. You know. But the thing here is, the value of it then going sky high. It's going through the roof. Mm-hmm. You know, it's going through the roof. You know, but if you have a 2020, you better hold on to it because the thing, you can go to the dealership and they give you 75, 80,000 for it, and then they turn around and sell it for about 125,000. You know what I mean?
Travis,
That's the way the world works, man.
Travis, have we heard anything on the Z06 production?
They actually have already started allocations, and they are basing the allocations off of the 3LTs that the Chevy stores sold. And the fact that I talked you into a 3LT is probably going to help us get one.
I don't know, man.
I charged
hope
you
so.
over two. That actually kind of made me laugh.
That's okay. It was from one spot to the next.
Right. The Z06 production, they're having it's heavily constrained. I think they're going to be right at about 10% of total production on the Z06. So I've seen people asking 90 over for it. There was a dealership that went around on social media. They kind of got shamed into selling one at MSRP because
That's what I saw.
the backlash on it. Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy. It's a crazy what stuff's bringing right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cars-
hardly any rebates. But the good news is your trading right now is worth a
Oh
ton
yeah,
of money.
for sure. My Power Wagon's worth more than I paid for it.
Right.
Like on trade. It was $62,500 when I ordered it, and if I were to reorder it as a 22, I haven't seen the pricing on the 23s yet, but it was like $69,700 for it, and rough trade on $63,000.
Dang.
It's insane. I'm not getting rid of it though.
Well, the thing is here that excuse me for cutting you off. They got they trying to now they getting in the electric vets. That's what they're trying to do. But apparently and everything they still working on it because one of them caught on fire.
I'm the one that showed you that one, yeah.
Yeah,
The
it
E-Ray.
caught on fire. So, I'm talking about. You can ride around that, put it in your garage. Next thing you know, that thing catch on fire. So I guess General Motors is gonna take care of that deal and everything.
They
I'm
will.
pretty sure they will. They good peoples. They'll take care of it. You know what I mean? So,
Hey,
I'm gonna keep what I got. I ain't worried about no electric cars.
Well, I've made the switch to EV. I got the Bolt EUV. And speaking of vehicles that take a while to come in, it took 14 months from when I ordered it to when it came in for me to get the car. And I hadn't seen one take that long. And kind of a hot take from me being the EV sales manager as well. That's another one of the hats I wear. In certain ways, EVs are great. In certain, I don't see them at this time replacing the big trucks and the big SUVs. I saw a little article that had some math done to it. Your average public charging station is like 43 cents per kilowatt. When you have something like the Hummer EV, which is a phenomenally engineered vehicle, 11,000 foot-pounds of torque on it, it's just almost cartoonish numbers. So it has a 212 kilowatt hour battery. So if you used a public charger to charge it, to get 329 miles of range, it's going to cost about $91. Of course, if you charge at home for 11 cents per kilowatt hour, it's going to go down substantially. But if you had a Hummer EV and you used a public charger with the national average rate, it's going to cost you around $90 to $91 to fill it up per se. If it had a internal combustion engine for a vehicle that size, like an LT4 650 horsepower motor, would be the only internal combustion engine that GM has that would even have any business in something like that, I would think it'd probably get about, 15, 16 miles to the gallon in something that heavy, which would be a little lighter with the batteries. But you're looking at maybe $60, $70 to go that same 329 miles with the average gas prices right now. So on your high capacity batteries, in certain ways, the infrastructure is not there for the charging. It's not going to replace your 3/4 ton trucks, your 1500s yet. Now they're going to have some out there. The Tesla Cybertruck, they have the Rivian, which I absolutely love the little pull-out kitchen thing on that. They have some really cool vehicles, but on the economy of scale and being something that makes sense to replace your internal combustion trucks, the technology is not there yet. However, if you're using for a commuter car like my little Bolt, it costs probably $11 for me to charge it from zero. I never go below 100 miles of range. I live in Crescent. I drive between Enid and Kingfisher. And of course I use the charger here at the store, so I kind of get to bum a cup of electricity from the Jacksons, you know.
Hey, Trav, let me interrupt
Yep.
you for a minute. It would only make it right or I should mention that tomorrow is a very special day at Jackson's of Enid. We are having we're hosting the ESPCA benefit tomorrow. With KNID is the radio station sponsoring the event with Remax. It says the first KNID pet project will be at 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Jackson's. It's 4405 West Carolyn K. Garrett. It's the first time in a long time, Travis, that we've had the cars on the roof. That's
Yeah, I
kinda
saw
cool,
that. That was pretty cool,
right? We haven't had any inventory to put on the roof,
right?
but
They had to
kinda cool.
donate their vans for us to put on the roof to have something to put up there, but yeah.
And it looks like we're going to be doing some dog, pet washes. I guess you could wash your cat, I guess, if you wanted to come up. We're going to offer that. There are going to be some adoptions, it looks like. It says we're going to have food trucks will be on site, and Remax will be giving away items as well. Rebel Rescue also will be serving walking taco lunches for $5.
Nice.
And the quote here is that the main thing will be just to find wonderful homes for all those adorable fur babies we'll have out there. Just hoping to have a fun day for Enid and give people a reason to come out and adopt an animal. That's awesome. So come out tomorrow, 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We're going to be having some ESPCA benefit and donations. If you, I think the food trucks are working on donation. I'm not sure how it works, but come out. It ought to be a good time. At Jackson's of Enid, you can see our inventory online. Go to jacksonsautofamily.com, and you can shop the Enid and Kingfisher stores. So, what else? Anything else, Trav?
Well, what I was saying on the EVs, for a daily driver, for like a commuter vehicle, so the vehicle that it replaced was a 2009 Honda Fit. To replace that with the Bolt EUV made perfect sense. I do not see an EV in the market right now that will replace my Power Wagon, but it's getting there. So there's going to be a lot of resistance on switching over. I've made jokes to some people who just completely outright refuse EVs, and I'd say, well, you must be like a horse salesman back in the early 1900s. You know, they were saying these horseless carriages are never going to take over. You know, they talked about how the roads were bad and how they didn't have a gasoline infrastructure. It was almost the exact same thing 100 years later, a little over 100 years later. That's the same thing. But it is going to be a very big part of the future. It's not going to replace a lot of the vehicles that we have out there. We don't have the charging infrastructure. One thing that people don't think about is when you have like supercharger networks and stuff like that. So think of it like water. You have the same amount of volume going into the charging network. So if you have multiple vehicles on the charger, the advertised times that it takes to charge are going to be substantially lower because it's metered out. So if you have 8 vehicles, they have to spread the same amount of electricity over 8 vehicles. So it's going to, I don't think it's a direct correlation to the charge times, but it will delay your charge times on how long it takes to charge the vehicle. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't consider. They'll see, oh, well, this has the fast charging option. It charges in as little as asterisk, this amount of time. So for someone like me that I will not drive more than the 250 miles of range in a single day. If I go on a road trip, I've had people ask me, if you go on a road trip, what are you going to take? Well, my wife has a minivan with a TV in it and a little built-in fridge. Of course I'm taking that. I'll pay the gas on that because it's a comfortable vehicle. I can get the kids in the back and put the DVD on and they'll be quiet. So if I have a vehicle for road trips. I wouldn't have it if it's my only vehicle. But as my daily commuter that I take, it fills the role fantastically. And the Super Cruise is pretty neat. It's a little buggy. One of the things that I found out the hard way on the Super Cruise is on the regen on demand paddle that you use for the braking on the GMs. I use that for braking. It actually takes kinetic energy and charges back to the battery, so you extend your range ever so slightly. You train yourself to use that to slow down. Well, if you know you're coming up to the end of the Super Cruise on the regular route, you instinctively hit that. Well, then it's going to give the alert that, hey, Super Cruise is ending. So my car went into panic mode, thinking that I wasn't taking control of the vehicle because it didn't register that input or slow down the vehicle. So the car comes to an abrupt stop
Are
on
you talking,
81.
what kind of vehicle are you talking about?
The Bolt EUV.
Hold on, let me. I want to show our people what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Let's look here.
They're quirky looking little cars. I don't think they'd win a beauty contest per se, but
See if I can find
I
one
dig
here.
'em. But
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to incorporate.
do a little bit of a visual cue along with what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, just
So
do
I can
Bolt
go-
EUV.
Bolt, the new one, or
Yeah, it Bolt with
Bolt.
BOLTEUV.
I got my typing all wrong here. Da 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 da. BOLT. Man, can't type. I'm just doing it with my finger. BOLT.
And then EUV.
EV.
It'd be EUV. The EV is the smaller version of it.
EUV. Let's look at the images here. I'm gonna go to images.
Yeah. That red one that's right in that corner, that's
here?
right there. Yeah, that's identical to the one that I've been driving.
Okay, you see what I can do. Here's a few photos. Let me do this here.
I'm pretty sure if there's snow outside, I'd just take my truck, just in case there's, ice and snow. But
Okay, so what I'm doing at View Gallery. Okay, now I thought I might be able to expand this picture, but that's okay. So the button I don't have set up yet is there's Screen and Mathew over there, and what I want to do is Screen in Studio. Here's Screen. Oh, what's that do? No. So if you can see this screen, Travis, this is what the view is that our folks that are watching the live.
right.
They can actually see. I have one called Screen in Studio. I just gotta find it. That's why I'm getting my hot buttons all configured here.
Yeah.
I hear Screen and no. There's just Screen by itself. So anyway, tell me about this Bolt, man. We'll go through and you just
Sure.
talk about it.
Well, obviously it's a Chevrolet product, so we do sell it at our Kingfisher store, and has about 253 miles range. I'm seeing about 260, 270 when it's cooler outside. If it's 115, I'm getting probably 230 miles because the air's on full blast. I'm weak in that aspect. I like my AC, but it's got Super Cruise. Has seating for 5.
What's Super Cruise?
So Super Cruise, it's a semi-autonomous driving. It doesn't self-drive, so it has its lane correction. So it does have the technology where it'll be able to have lane sensing to see the lines in which the lanes are at.
See now, yeah, I get you.
Only on like a dual divided highway.
Yeah.
It's available with this one. So what it does, it reads what's in front of you like adaptive cruise control, and then it has lane keep assist that a lot of vehicles have now. So it combines both of those with the side blind zone alert
Yeah.
and the cameras. So basically, it's its own cruise to where it'll self-correct. You don't have to touch the steering wheel. Self-corrects as you're going down the road, and
Now,
like-
will our Kingfisher store be able to get these?
we should. The rollout's a little slower. Established places that have had a lot of EVs are going to be getting them a lot more than we are. We're a rural store, so they're kind of moving a little bit more towards the
Is that
340
the
tons there.
engine?
That is the Voltec propulsion system right there.
Okay.
So yeah, if you look at all the bright orange cords right there, the reason why they're bright orange is so you can cut the power in an emergency. There is, I don't know the details on it, but there is additional training
Do
for
you
first
know
responders on
now?
this.
Do you know anything about our Hornet we have coming?
So the Hornet we have coming out right now, we got the all-wheel drive Hornet. It's going to be a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. I absolutely love the way the Hornet looks, and had the Hornet been a full EV, I would have had been hard pressed on which one I was going to get because it's just so it is it's an Alfa Romeo Tonale, I think is how they pronounce it.
Yeah.
That has been rebadged and brought over. So it's an
What's this?
existing product that has came over, and it has the way they've redesigned the front and rear fascia. It does
Yeah.
have a lot of the Dodge, pizzazz to it.
Right.
They're great looking cars. If you look at it, kind of reminds me of a Dart.
Yeah.
And Darts get a lot of, mixed reviews. I thought they were a fantastic looking car. But I see a lot of Dart in the front of it, and it's going to be slightly bigger than the Bolt EUV as far as passenger compartment space.
Right.
But it's just a fantastic looking vehicle. What we have right now is, I believe we just have the all-wheel drive, the RT coming in, but they are going to have a plug-in electric hybrid. If the information on their ranges and stuff like that are out, I haven't seen it. So I haven't really done my homework on these yet, but I can give my opinion on just, they look great. So another thing we could talk about if we're on EVs is we could talk about the new EV muscle, the e-muscle car
Is
that's
that
coming
what
out.
this is right here?
Well, so that's the teaser one to it. In the past couple weeks, they've actually released a full walk around on it and everything. And I don't know how fast it's going to be in the quarter mile, but I know that when Jay Leno was on a test drive a couple years ago with one of the engineers,
Yeah.
he said we're working on something right now that's going to run sub 9-second quarters. I don't know if it's going to be this car or if a mythical project got canceled because of the death of the Hellcat engine, but I don't know.
I don't. There's. You think you think the Hellcat engine is going to go away?
So, as far as in your Chargers and Challengers, yes. When they do bring them back, I don't think they're killing the nameplate. But when they do bring them back, they're going to have your electric version. Then you're going to have your Hurricane twin turbo inline six. So I looked at the way the twin turbo inline six is set up, and just being an inline six, you don't have to worry about vibration. You don't have to worry about balancing the engine because they're internally balanced. So the straight six, as far as balance, is great. The 4.0 Jeep motor we had for years and years, known for its dead reliability because there's no counter vibration on it that's going to cause additional wear on it, and they were just built solid. AMC did a great job developing their straight sixes. So we're taking a little bit of that, and then of course bring it to twin turbo to bring the power up. The high output 3 liter, I think it's going to have 500 horsepower and 550 foot-pounds of torque,
Right.
and that's pretty close to that's kind of close to the not the Hellcat, but the one underneath it, the I don't know.
Scat Pack?
Scat Pack, thank you. It's going to match that power. I don't know what they're going to bring out that's going to be Hellcat power, the 707, 797 power, but I'm sure they have something working there. They're going to have that.
That's okay.
So,
Yeah, we're some real laid back format right now.
but
You're playing the iPad?
that's what they're
I
going to be
have an
moving towards
iPad
on
here,
that.
but
as far,
Um,
I need it for in here, so
Okay. I didn't know, is Tremaine going to use the one you gave to him or Jordan?
I told him. He asked me if we wanted to use it. We can use that if we want.
you got to have some business going on in the background, guys.
Because Tyrone's going to need one for delivery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which we need to grab a couple from Walmart. We can. No problem. Whatever you need. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Grove, used car manager,
Master
making
of
an appearance.
organization.
Okay, so let me show you this. Let's look at this new muscle car EV coming out here.
If I tried to tell you the name on it, I would butcher it because it's the Banshee. I think it's the Dodge Charger Daytona Banshee EV. I think basically they had a table discussion as to what to name it, and no one could get along with it. So like, fine, everybody's suggestions are going to be there at once.
Right.
So it just kind of seems like they.
It's gonna be a Dodge Banshee. Then?
If you do Dodge Banshee, I think that'd probably be the shortest one.
Let's see here. Banshee electric.
Their Charger Electric, that
Okay,
will
let's
work
try
right
that.
there.
This is the new one here.
So yeah, that one.
We'll just.
Let that play in the background. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm trying to
See if
figure
you can
out.
bring the audio in.
Yeah, let me see why it's not. Oh, maybe it's on here. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You must think I'm stupid.
Have you lost your mind?
I haven't lost
Always
my
gotta love the ads.
I know my old spice.
Is that in the background or what?
Yeah. I'm hearing it at least. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I'm logged in. Well, I guess I'm not logged in. Hang on. Okay, here's the question.
What's up, it's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are here at the
Why?
concourse for that Woodward Dream Cruise, and this is the culmination
Where's
of
it
the
coming out?
past
See it
few
right here?
days. This is that vehicle that you've been
You know
waiting
what I gotta
for.
do? The sound.
This
That's why we're
is
doing
that
this, folks. We gotta get this figured out.
Dodge
Hold on one second here.
Charger. When we say Charger, what are
Sound.
we talking about? We are talking about a Dodge Charger like none other before.
Roadcaster Pro.
But when it comes to what this Dodge Charger
Da-da-da-da.
Daytona SRT Banshee is all about is electrification.
SRT
but before
earlier.
we get into this electrified, pumped up muscle car, let's
Man,
talk
I'm
about
trying to
what's
figure
going
it
on
out. I'm trying to
here.
figure it out. Is it coming out of the speakers
1966,
here?
very important year for Dodge. That was the birth of the Charger.
here?
Now, of course, in
It must be
muscle
coming out of
car
there.
era version 2.0,
Output.
we have
Here we
those
go,
iconic
output.
names,
Oh,
Charger and
what's
Challenger,
this?
but things are
Okay, how's that? I guess better. Then we go back here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we don't have to listen to this guy the whole time, but tell me about this thing here. I'll
Well-
fast forward it here.
If you notice that he said 68 Charger, the reason why they say 68 Charger is there's no I bar in the middle of the screen, which was on the 69. So, 68 Charger had the open catfish grill on it. Probably one of the best looking of the muscle cars, in my opinion. But if you look at the front fascia, it kind of blends a little bit of your modern Hellcat with the old school Charger. So, when they had just the silhouette of it with just the light bar, the light strip around there on the teaser video we watched a couple years ago, I saw nothing but just classic.
It's pretty wild. It's got like a vent in the hood there.
I'm pretty sure that's just going to be an aesthetic, because if you look at the front, I'm sure they have some radiators, some additional heat exchangers up front to cool the batteries. Because basically, one of the things that people don't think about on EVs is how much heat is generated. Okay, yeah, that's either going to be for the brakes. Actually, it looks like there's not room for a heat exchanger there, but I'm wondering where they mounted the battery, because like on the Bolt EUV, the T-cell battery they have on that is very low, so you have a very well poised car. It can corner a lot better than those tires can handle because the weight is so low on it. If they wanted to actually build a car that could corner, if they did like a pancake style battery and put it down real low, you could change the center of gravity on that, and then you could engineer the suspension around that to have it to where it could corner like it's on rails. You just have to have the tires that could keep up with it. The downside to having the enough kilowatts to have a respectable range that anybody would want to buy it. You don't want to have a car that has 50 miles of range, looks cool, going to the grocery store twice, is the immense weight of the batteries. And I have not done a whole lot of research on the Chrysler EVs. I've been meaning to get around to that, but it's kind of like the Ford GT. When you look at it from a different angle, it looks totally different. When you went down, the hood's actually
It's
all
wild.
open on
It's
that
wild,
front
isn't
bar.
it?
That is insane. I didn't know that. But I wonder what they're going to charge. They're going to.
Matthew, would you drive that?
Yeah, I will.
You would?
I mean, that's. So from that angle right there, I almost get like a Rolls-Royce coupe vibe on that back window where it's at. So are they going for a sports car, a muscle car, or an executive coupe?
I think Dodge just has an attitude, and they just want.
They just want to
They're saying,
install it.
what they're saying is, you know what? If you're going to come out and we're going to go electric, we're going to be bad to the bone with it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And you got to think, if the SRT engineers, the guys that basically put a Hellcat in everything but the Pacifica, if you're going to make them do something electric, they're going to. It's got to be fast. I don't know what the speed is, but I would imagine they're trying to benchmark the Plaid, which is an insane vehicle. 1.90 to 60. I don't know if this is going to be built on that. I don't know if they're going to go for that number, but I know they're going to have just an insane acceleration in that vehicle, and they're going to just have something that's just stupid fast. Like, that's just what they do. They said, I like the fact that when everybody, a few years ago, we're starting to go towards, 4-cylinder turbocharged cars for performance and stuff like that. They just kept doing these high displacement, the high displacement engines and stuff like that, and they just kept pushing the envelope, and nobody saw this coming. But they've been secretly developing this thing for years, so they're, advertising their American muscle when they're working on their e-muscle in the background, so they can come out of left field and have something that puts everybody on notice. And one of the things that I do like about Stellantis and their marketing is you see kind of a little bit of partisanship in certain marketing from other manufacturers, especially when it comes to their green vehicles. I'm not saying that, not saying an opinion that I have one way or another on that. What I'm saying is that it seems like they alienate people with their advertising, like saying, hey, we're going to go all electric by this time, this is not going to fit in there. Well, that's not the inclusivity of the language you need to use. I really liked the Jeep commercial they had a couple years ago, and it might have been on the Super Bowl, but in the same commercial it had the 4xe, which is the plug-in hybrid Jeep, and then they have the 392 in the same thing. So it's like, listen, we're all American, we're a company, we're here for profit, we will provide a product for anybody. So you have the 4xe, which is a plug-in electric hybrid Jeep that doesn't have a whole lot of all-electric range, but if you're just running around town, it's fine. You can charge it up. I thought it was a blast to drive. It has the same amount of torque as the 392, right at 470 foot-pounds of torque. So when you launch that thing from the get-go, you have instant torque on the electric motor to assist the engine. It was a whole bunch of fun. I was very impressed with the acceleration on that. But then they have the 392, because there are two types of people. One's going to want the big, American winning machine V8, no replacement for displacement. There is a market for that. People want the big V8s, and then there's also people that are going to want something that's a little bit more environmentally conscious, and they want something that's going to be a plug-in hybrid. The fact that Jeep would build them both side by side, it's essentially the same vehicle, totally different powertrains. I thought that was a great move, because you're bringing everybody in there. You're not just going to take one subset of customers and just cut them out, trying to chase a subset of customers. There are certain manufacturers, in my opinion, that are chasing the EV market way too hard and pushing away from, that's that silhouette I was telling you about that reminds me of a 68 Charger. That's just beautiful. But it seems to me like the language or just the tone they're giving, I don't think it's intentional, but it's kind of off-putting, because they're like, hey, if you're not with an EV, find another manufacturer. Whereas, even though they are actually providing vehicles for everybody else, it's not what they're advertising. It's not the message they're sending, and it just seems to be possibly bad marketing, or maybe it's just, people are just taking it wrong. I don't know. I can see both arguments on that, but I do like the fact.
Head?
Yeah.
See, I must not be logged in. Let me log in here.
But I do like that marketing that the Jeep did. I think they did a fantastic job on that. I was really impressed with
Am I
that.
logged in here? Let me get out here real quick. Hold on.
But I'm sure that vehicle is going to be very divisive. People are going to say, "Oh, I don't want to buy that." Well, the thing is, I think they're going to do this exact body style, but make it into a 4-door and then have the Hurricane twin turbo with it.
Right.
They're kind of mum on a lot of things. If there is information out there, I haven't seen it. So a lot of people are advertising that as the Plaid killer. I saw that on one of those things. But they are going to have a vehicle bearing the Charger name and the Challenger name. They're not going to kill a legacy name like that, but it is going to have a twin turbo inline 6. Some of my friends that are JDM fans and stuff like that, when I looked at it, it's kind of in the vein of a modern RB26 out of the Skyline, which is, a legendary motor. Made 276 horsepower. Could probably get smoked by a V6 Altima now, but, in the time, man, in the 90s, you had the VR4s. They had the Gentleman's Agreement 276 horsepower. You know, you have all these cars that in reality made 300 to 320, but now, I mean, I think the Hornet makes around that, doesn't it?
Man,
I think the Hornet's
don't
probably
be
around
asking
300
me all
horsepower,
that.
but
Don't be
it's
asking
funny.
me.
You know, it's weird. Like your V6 Camaro right now makes 335 horsepower, and if you look at like your 2002s, your LS1, the 98 through 2002s, I think the SLP made 325 horsepower, and the standard one made like 315. But of course, the torque and the low end, if you drive them back to back, the V8 does have a little bit better off-the-line acceleration. But it's crazy to think that your economy version of it has more power than the old V8s. I mean, especially going to the smog era. I mean, you had, big V8s with 120 to 180 horsepower net, SAE
Right.
net. And now, if you even tried to sell a 2-liter turbo car standard that had less than 180 horsepower, people scoff at it, be like, I can't even accelerate on the highway. But that used to be your V8s, the power on that.
Tonight.